Hi, this is Melissa Rhiannon here, and I am standing here at the Great Salt Lake in Salt Lake City, Utah. And behind me is this giant salt lake. And it's very interesting, not what I imagined. I went over initially to the marina and then realized that the experience of walking on this giant beach, as you can see behind me, there's a building there. That is actually a huge building that that's behind me, and it's so far away that it looks small. But I decided that it would be interesting to walk out on this beach, and yeah, it was pretty interesting. There are the partly decomposed bodies of birds, which doesn't sound amazing, but for someone who has a background in archaeology, it is kind of interesting because, you know, it's the bones and the feathers and then mostly covered up. So it looks like a, you know, an old archaeological dig, or it will eventually end up being an archaeological dig. But just this incredible view of this lake. And then, if you can see behind me, are the mountains, and they're quite big. It's actually an entire valley surrounded all the way around by mountains, and of course, so the snow runoff and the rivers come down into this valley. And it used to be a huge inland sea, and that's the reason why there's the salt. And the interesting thing is, as you're walking along, the drier it is, the closer to the water, it's not as crunchy, it's more sandy. But the drier it is, the farther we get away from the water, since it's, you know, this time of year it's a little bit drier, so the water's lower. It is so crunchy that it sounds, some of your steps sounds like stepping on like broken glass. It's so it's so dry and crunchy that that's what it sounds like. So it's just pretty interesting. I'm glad I stopped by, and I'm glad I brought you along to see it. It's definitely worth a go. There is actually a state park ahead of it, or north. I came from the north, but I missed that exit, and by the time I figured it out and was going to turn around, I was just like, oh, I'll just go to the south park, the park on the south end. But the one on the north end is supposed to be better, so next time I come through, I'll try that one. But anyway, yeah, it's just so interesting. I'm walking back over here to see if I can get some of that crunch sound that it's not. Oh, here we go. That just sounds more like dried clay. But yeah, it's just interesting. I know that when I was a kid, we actually lived near Moab, Utah when I was a kid for a few years. And one summer, my mom worked at a summer camp here in, I believe, outside of Provo, up in the mountains. And so all of us kids got to go to summer camp that year because she volunteered to work there. So I remember this as a very pleasant, fun place to be. And you know, I made a lot of friends that year, and learned all kinds of cool crafting things that you know, I just really appreciate the fact that Mom volunteered that summer so that because, you know, there's 3 of us going to camp, so she couldn't afford to send us to camp. So she figured out a way through the church that we went to be able to volunteer at this summer camp, so that we could all go. So it was really pretty amazing. Thank you, Mama. And, oh, here we got some crunch. You know what? I'm gonna find a really good crunch spot in my neck, and I'll record it for you as I'm walking. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying my little cross-country tour, and I'm having a really good time, and I'm glad to be able to show you the you know, America through my eyes. And yeah, I'm having a good time. Thank you. Like and share, and leave some comments below. Tell me what you think, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.